Well, ladies and gentlemen.
15 love.
Check.
30 love.
Check.
Fault.
Check. 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 Well, ladies and gentlemen, you are tuning in to the gentlemen's singles finals of the first Capital SSC Open Tennis Tournament 2024, and the two finalists are Kiran Vairavanathan and Apna Pereira. Apna Pereira is currently serving, who started the first set, and the score right now is 40 love to Apna Pereira. And I'm Vibhuti Vijay Bandar. Of course, joining with me is the former national champion multiple times and former SSC Open champion multiple times. Yes, Yasita De Silva. Hello.
Hi, brother. Hello.
Yes, now
I think we are set for a good finals with it's a 5-setter, and I think everybody is set 2:30. Timing is good for the players also. Sun is starting to set down slowly, and then I think we are here for a good finals.
Yes, and talking about the sun, it is very humid. The women's singles final was played at 11 o'clock. Are you happy about the fact that the gentlemen's singles is much later than that?
I think players might be very happy because it was supposed to start at 1:30, and now it got a bit delayed, and it's already 2:30. So I think they must be relieved to start at this time. But let's see how these guys are going to fare under these humid conditions.
Yes, and a fair and quick game for Apna Pereira serving. He holds on to his serve. It's 1 love in the first set. Kiran Vairavanathan will be serving. And speaking about the previous women's final, you watched it as well. Any comments on that?
I think they have been competing, as you also mentioned. I think they have been competing for some time now. Both have been coming to the finals, and I think the women's standard of tennis is getting going higher and higher. So in Sri Lanka, which is a good thing because juniors are competing at the women's stage. So I think if they can maintain this level and stay in the game, it will be helpful for us to lift the game, especially in the women's category.
Now Kiran Vairavanathan will be starting off with his serve. And speaking about serves now in the women's game, we see more or less breaking the serve. Both the players were breaking each other's serve, and now in the men's game, it's completely different because it's about holding serve.
I mean, I think, looking back at when we also compete, I think the main thing is your serve. If you can control and if you can hold your serve, your life becomes a lot easier, especially when you're heading to a 5-setter match and to have to win 3 long sets to win the match. So if you can hold your serve and win easy points from your serve, I think that helps a lot to play, and especially playing in these conditions.
Yes. I'll talk about 5-setters, but Apna's first game, how he held the serve 40 love. That's a good start, wasn't it?
Exactly. And I think it's more like building up and serving to the spots that you need. It's not serving at a very high speed, no, but if you can get the percentage high and if you can keep your first serve win percentage high, I think that should be the key for both the players.
And in contrast, Kiran started off with 2 double fours.
Yeah, I think looking very dangerous at this time, love 30. You don't want to go into a match 2 love down.
And you don't want to go into a match 2 sets to love down as well.
Exactly.
To win it, you need to 5 sets. Unforced error. That's 7 points in a row for him to start off the match. That's a big win.
Very deep, difficult situation at this moment, coming down love 40, and he has to hold his serve now.
Yeah. And speaking of the ages, Kiran is now, I think he's 19. Apna is, I think he's... actually, Kiran is, I think he's 18. 18. Apna is... This year, Apna is 20. That's again great return. That was off the first serve.
And a break for Apna. To love up in the set.
Yes, 8 points in a row to start off the match.
So Kiran is yet to be in the scoreboard. And I think I should mention about Apna's return, which is actually at a very high level. So you can see the replay. I think just it was there. He hit a clean winner. So Kiran needs to be very mindful of his service games, because I got the chance to play with Apna last tournament, and his returns were clean, and he was on spot.
And I was talking about these two players now. You played with both of them.
Yeah.
Any comments on their style of play and how? So, for example, let's take Apna. If he were to beat Kiran, what should he do?
So I think first thing he would do is he will make a lot of returns,
15
and
love.
he's a player who will take the ball early, and he will put a lot of pressure on you. But whereas Kiran likes to grind a lot, stay behind the baseline, and then create his chance and try to hit hard. So I think he will find it difficult here with Apna if he doesn't stay on the points.
And Apna as well, you said meeting the ball early. And I played with him recently. He's added some more power to his game as well, what he didn't have like say, a year ago.
Exactly.
That's also an added advantage to him. Kiran, of course, is a very powerful player.
Yeah.
I think he wins. Kiran wins his first point. It's 50-0. But Kiran is a very powerful player. He can attack from wherever in the
that's
court,
the
even with a backhand.
Exactly, that's the thing. So if Apna gives a soft ball, Kiran will pounce onto it. So that's where Apna needs to be mindful that he doesn't give the soft ball to Kiran.
And speaking about movements as well, Apna is a very fast mover.
Yes.
That's something Apna can add to the again unforced error by Kiran, backhand deep. He has to keep Kiran behind.
Yeah. And Kiran also needs to get that, even though he's being rushed, he need to find that time and get into the rallies, because I think that will be the key for him. So more rallies and settling into the match will be a
settling into the match, what you said, because this is just the first few games. He hasn't looked at the timing of the ball. Nothing seems to be happening for him. And in a men's game, you can't really have that give away that much of a lead, because it's very hard to come back, especially with the serves that they have.
Exactly.
And that's the consistency we were talking about. Apna moving Kiran around. Even both of them were playing offensive shots, but Apna is more consistent. And sometimes Kiran, look at the shot right there. Was that really needed?
Exactly. So that he's 3 feet, 4 feet behind the baseline, and he's trying to slice a ball, which is going to give Apna a very easy opportunity again, even if he goes in. So Kiran needs to hit the ball deep and try to dominate these rallies. Otherwise, he's the one who's on the move.
Again, very smart play by Apna. Knows Kiran is way behind the baseline returning his serve, and puts him in trouble with a good first serve here to start the point.
Exactly. And another thing is that you don't want being a 5-setter, you don't want the first set to finish quickly. So you want to build on that, and you want to create your chance. So now Apna is creating doubt on Kiran's mind, putting a drop, so he can't stay deep behind the baseline also. So you build up the game just to first set is like a build up, where you build your shots and then try to have the match from there onwards.
And the pace this is going, if the set ends early, it's like coming into the second set, the players will be full fresh. They'll be able to play. Apna especially will be able to play it longer than Kiran.
Exactly.
And why do you think, now moving on to the break, it's Apna leading Kiran by 3 games to love. He's a break up. He's a break up, and Kiran will be serving to get on the scoreboard as of right now.
I think we are heading to a crucial service game because Kiran doesn't want to give over two service breaks.
It's very hard to get.
It's very hard,
especially for example, playing against someone like Yasid or giving away. Getting one break out of him is tough itself. Being a huge tall player with a huge spin serve with the left hand and everything, you dominated with your serve.
I think that's what when I started also mentioned, because I think one main reason for the success that I have in Sri Lanka was I was holding my service games easily, and I was dominating on that, which created a lot of pressure on the opponent's return. So I think, and then my games were short because I was winning more points from the serve, so which helped me to even play 5-setters because I was not grinding that much for a point. And
you wouldn't mind losing a return game because you'll always be in the scoreboard in the next game. So no pressure, not much pressure. The pressure is always on the other player.
Exactly. Yeah.
Now, Kiran has a very fast serve, but the precision and the accuracy is a bit.
As I said, he needs that first serve, especially Apna being a a very good returner. He needs that first serve percentage high.
And even the second serve is a good deep serve. So he has to get the serves in and stay in the match.
Exactly.
He has to hit the ball deep as well.
I think that's his game. So he needs to find that timing. I think he's settling into the match still. I think if he can hold this game, it will be a good set to watch.
Yes. So far, a good start to the game. 15 love. Kiran currently down 3 games to love. Those are the
tournament. Sorry.
Yeah, those are the unforced mistakes.
He needs to,
he needs to stop right now because he is the one. Now the pressure is on him to not to win points, actually get into the game. Most important.
And the other thing, I think, what Apna did was he took the ball early and he did not allow time for Kiran to recover after the serve. So that's what Apna will constantly keep doing at you. So he won't allow you to settle in like after the serve. So you need to get deep serves and find that timing.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Approaching and meeting the ball high, moving up and around. Now, if you moved him around, see, that's the thing. That's what Kiran has to do now. Now he saw the blueprint to how to win a point against Apna, because Apna always stays behind.
Exactly.
Because what Apna did to Kiran in the previous game, that last point, the drop. Should he use it more, Kiran?
I think definitely that variation, especially being a long match, you need to have that variation so that you create doubt on your opponent's mind.
And you win the point, and also you tire him out as well.
Exactly.
Again, keeping the ball in. And speaking of tiring him out, I think if you're playing the 5th set of a match, it's about fitness, isn't it, mostly?
I think
especially in Sri Lanka.
Definitely. With these conditions, it's a
no,
matter.
not Djokovic.
Exactly.
But Sri Lanka?
Exactly. It's definitely how fit you are and how tired you are during that time of that match.
It's 40-15 to Kiran. A chance to win his first game of this match. Lack of first serves.
Exactly. And Kiran is doing a lot to win a point here, which is not a good thing for him. He needs to get some easy points also from his serve.
Yeah, and Apna wouldn't mind losing this game either, because he'll be serving next. Very good. Excellent backhand, meeting the ball high and just leaves Kiran with no chance. And the fact that to have a backhand and a forehand like that is just amazing. And Apna, what he should do now is not let Kiran win this game easy.
Exactly. So that he gets a double break, I think he will be a lot relieved and he can just take his foot a bit off the pedal, so that take it easy.
Yes, but stick to his same game instead of changing it.
Exactly.
And one of the mistakes I always do is when I'm up, I always change my game. Try to do too much.
I think everybody goes through that patch. You tend to relax and take your mind out of it. Then suddenly, boom, you lose the lead you have.
Yeah, we have the organizers there as well. Here are the SSC members. And that's a good hold. Ends the game with a perfect first serve down the tee. And it's 3-1. Apna, who is a break up, and now Upton's time to serve with a 3-1 lead.
And most importantly, Kiran is on the scoreboard.
Yes, finally. And now, speaking of this tournament, now this is the first capital SSC Open tennis tournament in the year 2024, the first tournament of the year 2024. Now, you already have a title in your hand, the men's gentlemen's doubles championship. You alongside your partner Dilwan Herat. Now you played in this tournament. Can you give us some insight?
Yeah, I think the tournament has already created the hype, especially leading into the tournament during the off season, like we saw December, November period. People tend to focus a lot on this tournament because it has created that hype and the quality of tournament.
Yes. Something you want to win as a player, isn't
Exactly, because I think this is the only tournament that's been telecasted live.
And the standard kept throughout time without dropping it.
Exactly. So that gives extra motivation for the players to compete and get to the finals and even to win.
And these kind of telecasts, they're on the internet forever. I talked to Amrita about this. She had some telecasts when she was playing. Apparently she had won 7 SSCs, but zero videos of it to show even to her children and stuff.
I was thinking the same thing. I have won this about 3-4 times, but I have not got I missed it by I think you were.
I was the first one to get it telecast. I
Exactly.
was lucky.
Yeah. So I think I
Yes.
missed it by 1 year. Actually.
Yes. Again, Apna starting. Yeah, Apna starting this game. So again, first serves. He's not as fast as Kiran's, but very accurate. Gets
Exactly.
it in.
He's hitting the spots, and most importantly, he's getting it in. So the percentages are very high at this moment.
And he started well. The rhythm is there, timing is there. Hasn't made many unforced errors either. And that's very hard on Kiran, because he has all the momentum going his way, and Kiran has to really dig deep and get it from the start itself.
And Apna started serving, so that adds a scoreboard pressure also.
Yes.
Out.
Yeah, a very good hold. Again, 3 very strong holds by Apna. I don't think Kiran won more than 1 point in any game.
Definitely.
Because love 40, 15, love 40 games they were. And Apna, the brilliance about him is the fact that he doesn't miss. And the way he has started this game is by keeping the ball in. Kiran has tried to be dominant, which is absolutely his game. He's a very attack-minded player. But he has not been able to. And also talking about scoreboard pressure, right?
Yeah.
4-1.
Exactly.
Now, even though it's actually a one break,
Exactly.
but the scoreboard pressure, because Apna served first, there's a 3-game
gap. So, and the other thing is, I think Kiran needs to find a way to win points. So now he needs to understand that he's not winning a lot by hitting only on the baseline. He needs to move up a bit more, create some chances, put a drop or so, create a variation, and see what are the things that will happen for him. Because if he just keep playing at one rhythm, I think at this moment Apna is enjoying it.
Yes, and Apna, speaking of Apna, he's the one who's in form. He's the one who's been winning the past few tournaments. Kiran, it's his final after some time.
Yeah.
I think last year they met in the hardcore nationals finals, if I'm not mistaken. It's been a time, because Kiran has been suffering from some injuries, some discomfort in his body. And he has to somewhat respect the opponent and just get into the game first.
Yeah, I think Apna is the player to beat at this moment in the singles rankings or singles tournaments. So
he is the number 1 player
Yeah.
in this country.
Yeah, so I think it will be a good opportunity for Kiran to make his mark here, also saying that I'm back. But it will take a lot at this moment for him to make that comeback and to get
I think the first thing is just keep on holding the serve. It's a breakdown, fine, but as long as you get the service rhythm right, even if you go on to the second set, you still have the rhythm with you.
Definitely. Losing the first set won't do a lot of damage
Yes.
if he can get this form back. Okay, first serve win,
Very
which
good
is good
serve,
thing.
wide serve. Serve into Apna. Where would you serve? What do you think when he's returning as a server? What is his weak point?
I think he gave me a lot of trouble. Myself and my partner Dilwan on the previous tournament, we were trying to figure out how to serve. But the most important thing I have realized was that you have to keep changing your serve. It doesn't matter whether you're serving fast, but you have to just keep serving and giving him a different look.
Yes. And that time Kiran, luck favors him this time. Gives him a 30-love lead, which he hasn't had so far. It's a 2-point question, which is not much, but still has to win 2 more points to get this. Again, first serve fault.
But he got 2 first serves in, and he won the point.
First serves in.
Out.
Again, a bit. Should have gone for a forehand there.
Yeah, I didn't see. It was a backhand.
No, Apna's dropped.
Yeah,
there.
that's a deep fast ball. He tried to drop. I think not the best option that he would have chosen.
Because I think Apna was in control of that point.
Exactly, that's what I was thinking. He was hitting deep and making Kiran move, but unfortunately bad decision making.
Yes. So it's a 40-love lead. A good hole so far. Good service game so far, rather, by Kiran Vairavanathan, who's just 19 years old, if I'm not mistaken. And again, good first serve in.
Out.
Again, the first serves. He got 3 first serves in, if I'm not mistaken. One
Yeah.
all 3 points.
Yeah.
Quite easily.
That's
Yes, had to work for that 3rd point, but still, that's a good hold. Again, it's just a 2-game lead. And it's just a matter of breaking up my serve.
now I think he
He's
allowed
in-
him. Yeah, exactly. It allowed him to get into the match. Now it's a good game. If Kiran can win the first 2 points,
Yes.
I think this game will create a lot of opportunities for
Yeah,
him.
even though Kiran is down, the pressure is on Apna now.
Definitely.
It's 4-2. Apna's leading at this point.
Again a first serve.
Out.
Yeah, good returns and came into the point, but again
Again,
those unforced errors.
Apna didn't allow him to recover. That was a loose
Exactly.
ball, but he didn't go back. He took it early
Yes.
and on the backhand, and then didn't
Yes.
allow Kiran to settle in.
Mhm. And that's
So-
the brilliance of it.
Exactly.
Meeting the ball early.
Yeah, this is what Apna is going to do the whole match. So Kiran needs to figure out a way to get used to Apna taking the ball early and putting pressure on him.
And his grip as well, it just loves him to me. Even the forehands and backhands,
Exactly.
very easy for him. And not easy in the sense easy for him, not for anyone else. Because
Yeah.
he's practiced it always. Just because you have that grip doesn't mean you'll be able to do it easy. You have to practice. And again, see, he's holding his serve very
Yeah.
easily.
But now Kiran is going for big shots now. I think he's getting that pressure where he's
Mhm.
not getting easy points from Apna. So he's trying to go for big shots, trying down the lines, which are risky at this moment. I think Kiran needs to put the winners aside and try to hit heavy and
Yes.
deep just to stop Apna taking the ball early.
And now the thing is, people always talk about physical stress. There's a mental stress as this. That intensifies the physical stress, which of course I know based on the my cramping history as well. But the thing is, it is really hard to get because it's a mental game. At the end of the day, coach, even if you are physically fit,
Yeah.
you just have to be mentally fit. Now that time, Apna with a loose shot.
He had the court open on the
Yes.
forehand side, but he chose to go to the backhand.
Do you think now speaking of Kiran, do you think his forehand is the best or his backhand is the best?
I have heard that it's the backhand is the best, so I also kept serving when I was playing against him
Yeah.
to his forehand.
But forehand is good as well.
Yeah, still it's a good shot, and so I think still again another first serve.
Yes. And not the fastest of us. It's very accurate,
Yeah,
deep.
yeah. So the percentage is very high at this moment for Apna, and even the first serve percentage win
Win percentage.
win
yes.
percentage is very high.
Oh, that's a fantastic point there by Kiran and Apna, both players fighting to win that point. Kiran coming out on top there. Brilliant point there.
This will lift Kiran's spirits up a bit, and it's a 40-30, so
Yes.
good point to win next
Yeah.
point. They can make it deuce and put some pressure on Apna.
And what do you think about the facial? Now, Apna, look at his face. He's very confident. Kiran, even if he's confident, you really can't see it in his facial expression.
So that's what I think he needs to. I think anyway his personality is
like that.
but he needs to
Maybe a come on.
exactly. He needs to show it to Apna also.
Yes. It's a psychological battle as well at the end of the day.
I think Noak spoke about it recently in his interview.
People might not like him for that, but you have to do it.
It's
Yeah,
deuce.
see, the pressure is building up. Now it's a deuce point. Now this is a very crucial game. I think crucial point here as well.
Exactly. Now Apna is also finding it. He's making some unforced errors, so this will be a good opportunity for Kiran to put some pressure.
If you look at it again, a good serve, but a good return as well. Apna was in control, but in unforced errors, costing him the chance to go 5-2 up. Again, a good first serve. The percentages are remarkable, and the
And Apna is serving to his forehand.
serving to his forehand.
Yeah.
Kiran is struggling to get in as well. Do you think he should take a step forward, do something? Or?
I think you can definitely give Apna a different look, but I don't know
Yes.
whether he's still trying to
Yeah.
find the timing, get used to the pace of the court. Another first serve.
Slow first serve, but still it's in, and just puts pressure on Kiran. And now the score is 5-2. Apna still a break up, but now Kiran will be heading on after this timeout to stay in the match. Apna will be looking to break Kiran and finish off the set as quick as possible, and he'll be serving. If he does break it, he'll be serving
Exactly.
in the seconds, and that's a big advantage.
Yeah, I think what Kiran needs to do here is that make Upner serve for the set. That's the best thing he can do. Hold this next game and make Upner serve for the set. And if he gets through it, that's okay. Then he's getting an opportunity to start the next set first.
But now you heavily rely on your serve, big serve. But why do you think serving first in a set is important, especially something like the second set? Obviously, first set you have the toss and you have to look at the sky and everything, the weather patterns and everything. But the second set,
I think it will set up the momentum for you. If you can hold that game, you're always in the lead. And as we discussed earlier, also if you can get a break, the scoreboard pressure will look good for you.
Yes,
So I think serving first is a good opportunity. Just to be confident, and then if you can hold, you are always in the lead. It will be very crucial, like a game like 5-4. If you are the opponent is serving, if you break one game, you automatically get in the set.
Yes.
You don't have to hold again.
And for example. Now, for example, now Kiran will also be chasing if he's serving second.
Exactly.
And Kiran, if he serves first, he can build himself some momentum and put Apna in pressure and make him chase him.
Yeah. I think he needs to. I would like to see Kiran making a small change here and there in the game plan and taking a different look. So far, all I've seen is he's trying to hit the ground strokes, big ground strokes, and try to win the point. He came to the net once and he won the point.
Won the point. Now Kiran serving. Okay. Don't want to be too critical here, but his first serve percentage has not been good.
Yeah. And Apna being a good returner,
yes,
you don't want to give the look of a second serve all the time.
Yes. The sun is a bit off as well, so a bit of a break for the players. That time an unforced error by Apna, which Kiran will gladly accept.
Yeah.
But we haven't seen Kiran really control any points, actually try. It's just that the longer the rally goes, I feel like even if Kiran do win it, it's just takes a huge toll on him.
That's a good point.
And
because
that's smart by Apna.
Yeah, he's on the move. Kiran is always on the move and he's winning the point.
It's a let there. He'll be serving a first serve again. It's 15 love to Kiran, who's 5-2 down right now, serving to stay in this first set.
Good serve there.
Good first serve deep. Apna really had no room to just put it in, just punch it in. That's a good first serve.
So Apna is taking even the first serve close to the baseline, and the second serve is returning almost inside the baseline. What he loved.
Okay, now this is the comfortable hold we were talking about. It just eases the pressure out of it. Now puts Apna in a position to serve out.
Yeah, and that's
set.
actually a deep second serve, which created the mistake from Apna.
From the looks of it, Apna will have to serve for the second set, for the first set.
Yeah,
to get the first set.
Which is the best that he can do at this moment.
He doesn't need to force it. He's played a very good set. Just make sure he goes home with the first set.
I think these things are the ones that even the juniors need to keep in mind, where Apna is returning and the amount of returns that he makes. That puts automatically a lot of pressure on the server. See, he's almost inside, 2 steps inside the baseline when he's returning the ball.
And that's the difference between the two. Apna's made those returns and also made those serves in as well, his own serves.
Exactly.
Now Kiran again. Now this is 2-point cushion serve, 40-15. He's serving. Yeah, that's a very good serve there by Kiran. Nice hold, and it's 5-3 to Apna, who will be serving for this set.
So Kiran needs to get 1-2 points here, and just make Apna feel a little bit of pressure. So because we all go through this patch where when you are serving for a set or a match, you tend to nerves tend to play a little bit there, and then you become nervous, and then
you put yourself in unnecessary pressure more than anything.
So
I don't think sometimes it's not even the opponent.
Exactly. So the first point is critical here. Good return.
Again, Kiran trying to attack Apna's backhand, but he's so consistent, forcing the mistake out of Kiran in the first place. Kiran had some good forehand, attack the backhand. Apna is just too consistent.
Love for Apna.
It's a good start to this game. He's serving to win this first set. Another first serve though. Opportunity to win the point. It was a soft return.
Had a chance there, but made an unforced error.
That's the thing. Kiran got it in. Got this
exactly.
Return in. Well, the thing is, we as outsiders, we can see this. As a player, while playing that, you don't really understand sometimes.
You go through a lot there.
Yeah. This is a very individual sport. There's no coach to just say, okay, what to do and not.
And things happen pretty quickly out there.
Yes.
Backhand down the line.
Oh, that's a brilliant down the line. It's not easy again. It's not playing across your body. It's playing open body and that backhand down the line shot.
This is what Apna does to you. You don't realize, but backhand down the line created him the point.
And he's inside even hitting that backhand, he's inside the court.
He's not giving any time for the opponent.
Never gives any time.
The deep shot.
Out.
Again, tried to move Kiran around, but Kiran kept it deep.
And the secret, exactly. The secret for that win is that he got the depth. And Apna tried to change direction on that deep ball, and he made a mistake.
Yes. Maybe he was just trying to put it in to make Kiran run again.
Exactly. Move himself aside, But I think now the match is settling in nicely, and both players are competing hard. And now I think we can look forward to a good second set if Apna pulls this off.
It's still 30 all. A lot to play for.
Nice. Good return.
Again, very good return. Now, this is what we are talking about. Now, this is the opportunity for Kiran.
He gets his first break point.
He has a break point. He breaks this. He's in the match. He holds his serve next game. It's 5 all. Now, he's getting those returns in, which Apna did as well. Now, it's helping him win more points. Now, more pressure on Apna. Kiran facing his first... Well, actually, Apna facing his first break point. Very conservative play by the two.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what pressure builds. Apna plays smart.
Unforced error by Kiran, which is a big mistake given the timing of the point and the set.
Because Apna wasn't really trying to do anything. He was just trying to keep the ball in, make Kiran make that mistake.
And having the first break point, I think he could have created a chance also there, taking a little bit of risk rather than just casual rallying.
Because considering how the point ended up, maybe a step forward.
Exactly.
Because we saw that with Sajida, who did it brilliantly in the first set against Dinara. That forehand cross-court angle opens up the court.
And the moment you see your opponent is slowing down, you need to get that opportunity and, put pressure on that.
Brilliant point again. After moving Kiran around, opening up, approaching the net, and a nice drop volley to finish off the point. And a big come on as well. So he needed that.
Showing that he's there.
Yeah, and he's showing that, okay, now the next, his intention is to win the set now.
Yes.
That puts a lot of pressure on him.
It's a difficult volley also. He played it from the service line. So to pick it up from there, it was not that easy.
Yes, but he didn't try to do too much. He just tried to make sure that hits inside the as in lands inside the service box.
Exactly.
Because Kiran was far behind the baseline. The build-up, the creative way he made that point is also important. Yes, that's a big shout, and that's it for the first set. Papare wins the first set 6-3, and we are moving on to the second set with Apna in the lead. Kiran Vairavanathan has a lot to do, but he'll be serving for the second set, so he'll be hoping to start the second set in a bright and a positive manner. Apna will be trying to put more pressure on him. He doesn't have any pressure now. The momentum is going his way. He's been serving well, he's been returning well. His percentage tennis has been helping him put Kiran in the back foot almost the entirety of that first set. His service, he held the serve. That's basically what tennis is, and broke his opponent's serve once, and that's
perfect
it.
game.
He wins the first
Perfect set for Apna on his side, but I think we are setting up for a good match here. And now Kiran is on the scoreboard. He started playing good rallies. I feel like this, if he can hold the first game and settle into the second set, I think we're looking forward for a good competitive match.
Yeah, as spectators, of course, we won 5 sets and all, but as consider Apna's position, if it was a best of 3 sets match, he'd be very happy.
Exactly. I think winning a first set, any situation of match, I think it's a great thing.
Yes,
that's what you want to do.
it's a great thing, yes. Now as the courts are clean, getting ready for the second set. Alright, that was Yasita De Silva, the former
National champion, Davis Cup
multiple national champion, Davis Cup player, SSC Open champion, and the current men's doubles champion at this First Capital SSC Open 2024. Thank you so much.
Folks. See you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Singitisina, teenage kata, youth mavana, sihina dina, HMB samagin kenena, apikatat galapena itiriyak, etadina sarui satute itirivi, katat galapena itiriyak.
Enjoy the highest rewards and live life to your heart's content with savings that bring joy to life. HNB.
අපේ රසක් මේ අපේ තැනක් හැම හදවතකම රැඳෙන නමක් වසර 120ක් පුරා ශ්‍රී ලාංකේය රස හඳුනන අපිට ලංවුණු අපේ කමේ සංකේතය PNS
Singitisina, teenage kata, youth mavana, sihina dina, HMB samagin kenena, apikatat galapena itiriyak, etadina sarui satute itirivi, katat galapena itiriyak.
Enjoy the highest rewards and live life to your heart's content with savings that bring joy to life. HNB.
First Capital clinches back-to-back wins as the most valuable consumer brand in the investment banking sector, as awarded by Brand Finance and recognized amongst the top 100 brands in Sri Lanka. We thank our valuable customers and stakeholders for being a part of our success. First Capital, performance first, always.
රසට රසක් හමුවෙනා තැනක් හදට දැනෙන රස මවන තැනක් අපේ රසක් මේ අපේ තැනක් හැම හදවතකම රැඳෙන නමක් වසර 120ක් පුරා ශ්‍රී ලාංකේය රස හඳුනන අපිට ලංවුණු අපේ කමේ සංකේතය PNS
Singitisina, teenage kata, youth mavana, sihina dina, HMB samagin kenena, apikatat galapena itiriyak, etadina sarui satute itirivi, katat galapena itiriyak.
Enjoy the highest rewards and live life to your heart's content with savings that bring joy to life. HNB.
අපේ රසක් මේ අපේ තැනක් හැම හදවතකම රැඳෙන නමක් වසර 120ක් පුරා ශ්‍රී ලාංකේය රස හඳුනන අපිට ලංවුණු අපේ කමේ සංකේතය PNS.
First Capital clinches back-to-back wins as the most valuable consumer brand in the investment banking sector, as awarded by Brand Finance and recognized amongst the top 100 brands in Sri Lanka. We thank our valuable customers and stakeholders for being a part of our success. First Capital, performance first, always.
8 contenders, 1 champion. Nippon Paint Rugby League. 1st December onwards. Live on the Papare TV, Dialog TV Channel 126, Dialog ViU app and ThePapare.com, Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel.
අපේ රසක් මේ අපේ තැනක් හැම හදවතකම රැඳෙන නමක් වසර 120ක් පුරා ශ්‍රී ලාංකේය රස හඳුනන අපිට ලංවුණු අපේ කමේ සංකේතය PNS.
ශ්‍රී ලාංකීය ක්‍රීඩා විකාශනයේ මෙතෙක් අත් නොවිති නව්‍යතම අත්දැකීම් සමගින් ක්‍රීඩා ටෙලිවිෂනයේ සම්ප්‍රාප්තිය The Papare TV Dialog Television නාලිකාංක 126 ඔස්සේ ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ අංක 1 ක්‍රීඩා නාලිකාව.
රසට රසක් හමුවෙන තැනක් හදට දැනෙන රස මවන තැනක් අපේ රසක් මේ අපේ තැනක් හැම හදවතකම රැඳෙන නමක් වසර 120ක් පුරා ශ්‍රී ලාංකේය රස හඳුනන අපිට ලංවුණු අපේ කමේ සංකේතය PNS.
The new year will be met with fanfare. No one's going to sleep. No stone will be left unturned. Presenting DP World ILT 20 Season 2. Starts January 19th, 8 p.m. Live on the Papare, Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel.
The history maker of sport. Innovative, incomparable, unleashing an experience. The Papare TV. Now exclusively on Dialog TV channel number 126, Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel.
රසට රසක් හමුවෙන තැනක් හදට දැනෙන රස මවන තැනක් අපේ රසක් මේ අපේ තැනක් හැම හදවතකම රැඳෙන නමක් වසර 120ක් පුරා ශ්‍රී ලාංකේය රස හඳුනන අපිට ලංවුණු අපේ කමේ සංකේතය PNS.
The new year will be met with fanfare. No one's going to sleep. There'll be fireworks all around and eat all kinds of food. Even ice trays will be in short supply. No stone will be left unturned. The first T20 challenge of the new year is here. Presenting DP World ILT 20 Season 2. Live on the Papare, Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel.
Smashed him for 6. Richardson knocks him over. Magnificent catch. He gets all of it.
KFC Big Bash League 2023.
First Capital clinches back-to-back wins as the most valuable consumer brand in the investment banking sector, as awarded by Brand Finance and recognized amongst the top 100 brands in Sri Lanka. We thank our valuable customers and stakeholders for being a part of our success. First.
So it's back to the tennis after a break at the end of the first set. Kiran Vairavanathan is serving to begin the second set, having lost the first set 6-3. So it's all up to him now to stay in the match. Importantly, keep winning his serves, not having pressure on his serve.
Yes, Kiran has the opportunity to build on something here the same way Apna did in the first set. Now he's serving first, just win that first game and build some momentum and put some pressure, because then Apna will always be chasing him to win this set. So it's a good start to the game, deep shots and yeah, forcing Apna into an unforced error.
So that's a bit of a error on his part, a double fault.
Not the
15
follow-up anyone would have expected
Exactly,
from Kiran.
true.
Now Apna is right back in this game.
So another wayward second serve, going off the frame of the racket. So it's 15-30, 2 double faults.
He needs to pump himself up, get himself in the game at least mentally before finding those timings right. Exchange of very deep shots and then Apna making that mistake. Okay, it's 30 all. It's the first game of the second set.
Apna has grown in confidence during the last few months after making his Davis Cup debut last year in the Division 3 Davis Cup. He has won the Colombo Championship, a major tournament, beating Chatur Rinilivir in straight sets.
He also won the last year's Clay Court Nationals and this year's Queen's Open Tennis Tournament as well.
Right.
Oof. Missed opportunity there for Apna, but lots of framed shots by Kiran.
Right. So I think as they are entering the fray after a 10-minute break, maybe he is taking time to get his timing back, but I think it's important that he is on song straight away, because he's a set behind and he's serving, and it's very important that he leads from the front.
As now he has a chance to win this first game and hold his serve. It's 40-30. It's a brilliant point.
Shot, well played point, I would say, by Kiran. So manages to hold his serve, leads 1 love.
Yeah, he managed to get the first serve in as well. Not the fastest of first serves, but got it in, opened up the court, and that's pretty much it. Too fast for even Apna to return it back in.
Right, getting that first serve in was the most important thing, the whole point.
Now it's a changeover, 1 love changeover. Obviously, the players cannot sit. They just have to make sure that they get their liquids in and
Cross over to the other side, that's about it. So last year, Kiran had a good opportunity of probably making the Davis Cup team, but he was not available during the time of the trials, so he was not able to be in consideration. So Apna took that opportunity with both hands and made the team, and he has progressed tremendously from that point onwards. So for me, both Kiran and Apna are ideal players to have in a Davis Cup team to provide the backup initially before they take the mantle of being the senior players in the team.
And the development of Apna as well throughout the past few years, which has grown, which has helped him grow in confidence, is just immense. He's just, I don't think he even fears anyone out there.
Definitely. I think that he has made really good use of the progress he's been having.
Again, it's just that he's not trying to overpower him. He's just trying to do the fundamentals right, just getting the first serves in, cramp him up for room. Kiran there couldn't really make himself some room to get the ball in or get any power behind it. Again, that's another first serve in, 2 serves in a row and 2 return mistakes, easy points. This is a repeat of the first set start that Apna got. 2 first serves in and 2 easy points coming his way. The ball was called out. Seems it was out as well. The players agree, even though there's some form of
mutual respect, I would think.
Yeah, mutual respect, and maybe Apna was frustrated a bit as well with his own self. Maybe for going for those lines. Couldn't believe it. But that's the thing about going for lines. You know, you can go in and out. Just make sure you keep the ball in. That's the most important thing. Well, that's a brilliant volley, brilliant poaching volley. He approached the net at the right time. Kiran was in trouble. It was a loopy shot. He just had to get it to the open court, and he just did that.
Especially those approach shots. Any approach shot is only as good as how well you follow up. And Apna did that to perfection. 40-15. Sorry, 40 love. That point was a reserve because the ball had come onto the court. So it's a comfortable hold for Apna. So it's back to 1-all. And
pressure
with
is
the new
back.
balls.
Pressure is back on Kiran.
So for anybody's information, new balls are given at the end of 9 games. 11 games.
11 games it seems,
Right.
because the first set took 9 games,
Yeah.
and now it's time for new balls. And now Kiran will be serving with those new balls. Hopefully he can capitalize on it. New balls means more power, more pace, more
Harder
bounce,
balls.
hard balls, hard to control. And get some first serves in. He'll be getting some free points coming his way. Good first serve and a return.
So that was excellent play from Apna because he took the ball in front of him and took time away from Kiran, and that caused Kiran to make error.
Kiran did what was expected of him. No. Kiran did what was expected of him to drop a first serve in, but unfortunately Apna was up to the task as well.
So it's back to Kiran serving from 1-all. Outside, so it's
Much better serve by Kiran.
30-15.
A good serve and good return, but Kiran had the opportunity to get it back, but absolutely incredible defense by Apna there to get that ball in when he was crammed up for room and make Kiran play more shots. That actually forced Kiran to create something, which of course did not happen, and Apna wins the point. Was that under the legs? I don't think so.
Yes, it was kind of, he jumped over the ball and hit it.
Oh, okay.
Not exactly under the legs, but kind of. Tweener.
A hard thing to pull off a tweener. again, a very good serve there. Upner beaten by the height as well, framed it, but it landed soft to Kiran, and Kiran just bounced on it. Something you'd expect
So
from a
another
player.
break point still. Second break point, 30-40.
Yes, like you said before, Upner still has the opportunity to break Kiran and get that momentum out of Kiran. Yeah, luck favors Kiran.
Kiran, so
That
he
is
manages
extremely lucky, because he was in a tough position there, and yep, he saved 2 break points.
So it's back to deuce.
Yeah, show of frustration for Upner, rightfully so. Nothing he can do in that point, but sometimes, you know, luck plays a part in a match as well.
So I think Kiran has one of two options to do now. One is continue to play very steady and hope that Upner breaks down at some point. But I think the smarter thing that he should be doing is at least taking the initiative when Upner is serving. Because the way Upner is playing right now, if you just wait, you're not going to get opportunities unless you create it for yourself.
And Upner needs to calm down as well. That was a sign of frustration from him. Very unusual to see him miss a return. Oh, that's
Very well played.
brilliant.
Excellent
That's
backhand.
brilliant. Now that's what he's known for, Kiran, those explosive backhands down the line. He can just hit it from anywhere in the court, and that's the first glimpse of it we've seen throughout the entirety of this match, and we've played around 12 games.
Right.
He wasn't exactly in the court, but he met the ball early, which gave it that opportunity to blast through it. And that's a beautiful backhand down the line winner.
It's 2-1 to Upner. Yeah.
Kiran.
Sorry, 2-1 to
On
Kiran.
serve.
2-1 to
On
Kiran
serve.
on serve. So it's 2-1 to Kiran. It's on serve. That's Chamka De Silva, the co-tournament director, on screen now.
Yeah, the members of SSC alongside him as well.
Chairman Surya Bibile to his right.
Lots of young players have come to watch this match, which is a good sign as well.
And they won't be disappointed because it's an intense final that has been played. Even today, the women's final was an excellent match. First set was very entertaining, and thereafter Dinara outlasted her. That probably would be the best way of describing what happened after the first set.
It's the finals of the first Capital SSC Open Tennis Tournament, the year 2024. The men's singles final, the gentlemen's singles final between Apna Pereira and Kiran Vairavanathan. On top of the scoreboard, you see AP, that's Apna Pereira, who's won the first set and currently 1-2 down. And Kiran Vairavanathan in the bottom, who's lost the first set and currently leading with a 2-1 lead and holding serve both ends. Okay, good first serves and good returns as well. You have to capitalize on those first serves, and Apna is doing it fantastically. Don't try to overdo it, but just make sure he puts enough pressure on Kiran to make those errors, and that's exactly what he's done. And
Crucially, he put the right amount of pressure, and that point was built on a good first serve. But the previous point, the pressure he put on Kiran, didn't allow Kiran to hit a loopy backhand, so he was forced to make that error.
And the volley, he had to take it before it bounced, because that would have been an uneven, uncomfortable bounce had it bounced. And Apna really used it made sure that there's no mistakes behind it. Get a good first serve, brings him into the court, and just a simple drop, and that's the textbook way of holding a serve. Getting those first serves, pulling the opponents out wide and opening up the court. And of course executing it till you win the point.
So that's 2-all. Upner's progress from the juniors has been very interesting. I mean, at the 16 level, he was a very
even till that
promising junior. Yeah,
he was never the top player in his age
so
category.
when he was about 17, I think with his parents he went to Azerbaijan, where he was there for 2 years, and he didn't play much tennis. So after coming back, he has made a very strong comeback and made the Davis Cup team.
His growth as well has been immense, physically and tennis-wise.
Definitely tennis-wise. I mean, he made good strides.
So basically the key for this match so far has been the consistency of the players, or the lack of, especially when it comes to Kiran. But Apna has been playing some wonderful tennis, and that has really piled up the pressure on Kiran.
I think the scoreboard advantage that Apna has been due to the fact that he has been not afraid to take the initiative at times.
And again, it's completely different how these two players hold their service games. Apna seems to do it relatively easily, whilst Apna is forcing Kiran to live life hard when he's serving.
So there's pretty much every game there's been pressure on Kiran's serve.
The scoreboard might not reflect that, but the returns are always in, and makes him play those extra shots. Especially in a 5-setter, those extra shots can result in more pressure and more tiredness towards the latter parts of the match.
Especially the longer the match goes, that'll be felt. Excellent backhand return from Apna.
Knew Kiran was under pressure and the second serve was going to be weak and towards the backhand. Anticipated it, made that move first towards inside the court, and just made it.
You can see getting inside the court was key there, and he got on top of the ball and just hit a winner down the line. Good serve by Kiran. Now he's wondering whether it touched the line. The umpire is going to check the mark.
Seems to have had a sort of an unexpected bounce. So I'm thinking it did touch the line. But yeah.
It's called in.
Because if an unexpected bounce comes in,
would have got a part of the line.
Part of the line.
30-all. 3-1 to Kiran, 2-all.
It's a taxing game, tennis. You see the tiredness, you see the sweat in the clothes. Kiran, again, that explosive backhand down the line. That's his strength, that's his weapon, but we haven't seen enough of it. That's probably the second time I've seen it throughout the entirety of this match. And both the times, Apna, even though the ball is coming to his forehand, the sheer pace of it has put him in trouble both the times. Again, good hold by Kiran. The score right now is 3-2. Both players holding their serves, making sure that it is a tight game. Now the onus is on Apna to continue the pattern and hold serve, or even Kiran, who will break the pattern and get himself a comfortable lead, moving on to the next changeover.
I think the service games that Apna had in the second set had been fairly comfortable, and I think it will be in Kiran's interest to put a little bit more pressure. Maybe take a step forward, get closer to the baseline when returning, and get into position so that he can hit the backhand up the line shot that have been causing Apna some trouble.
Yes, especially talking about that taking a step in when it comes to return. I don't think Apna has been serving that wide.
That's true.
To take him out. The only reason why it feels like it's wide because Kiran is far behind, so that the ball has enough room to travel further away from him. So I feel like Kiran has been serving fairly straight Sorry, my apologies. Upner has been serving fairly towards him. So if he can just take a step in with that pace, which is not much, so that extra step in would just give him more pace, and he just needs to make sure he controls it and put it in.
So either way, I think unless Kiran takes the initiative at this point to put pressure on Upner's serve, it'll just be easy holes for Upner.
But speaking about easy holes, so far I think only one game, that 5-3 game where he was serving for the first set.
That's in the first set, right?
Yes, in the first set. That was the only competitive game he's really had so far. Other games he's been fairly comfortable when it comes to serving and holding his serve. You see again there, he's just serving it in.
He's not doing too much with the serve, just keeping it in the right channels.
It's not troubling Kiran the pace of anything. It's just that the percentage here, the fact that it's in, creates more pressure as well.
Exactly, because psychologically you're not going to attack a first serve that falls in.
Yeah, someone who watches tennis wouldn't understand, but as someone who's played, the fact that the ball comes back in just puts you in not pressure per se, but gives you that additional amount of energy. You have to put additional amount of energy to put it back in.
Because in your mind, you're not willing to attack a first serve that falls in. You're not ready to do that.
Yeah, another first serve in.
30 love without doing anything spectacular. Yes. He's just been cruising through his service games.
But I think if Kiran even does take a step in, I feel like Upner has the mental capacity and the tactfulness to change it up. There you see, of course, the first serve not going.
Let's see how his second serve is going to be, because I think he's a smart player. So another very well played backhand.
Very well played backhand. The second serve was in a fairly comfortable height and pace to Kiran. Should be doing more with it, don't you think?
This is what I've been telling. I mean, like, unless he puts pressure on Upner, I mean, these easy holds is just going to take Upner towards the place that he wants to be, towards the business end of the set. $40.
Yeah, that's a much better return, keeping Upner behind the baseline and forcing him to just put the ball in, and the forehand again, finishing it off.
So second serve opportunity for Kiran. Let's see what he makes of it.
That's a very nice shot. Return, very good return, and a follow-up as well to make sure that he capitalized on that good return. That the depth of the return there.
I think it's a first return which had a lot of height and bounce off the court that set up the winner.
And even if Upner does come in, he really can't do anything about it.
I think it's he had no opportunity of coming in, because 40-30. So he missed 3 straight first serves. Oh, excellent shot.
Yeah, excellent backhand down the line. Well, leveling things up again with a huge row of... Yeah. It's with a huge row, and it's 3-all again. And again, just that feet movement. That foot up front, and just meeting the ball early on the rise and just flattening it out so that he can get more pace.
I still believe that even at 40-30... the chances have not been too frequent for Kiran. He should have made use of that. I mean, a second serve at 40-30, he should have stepped in, or he should have put pressure on Upner rather than Upner having the opportunity of attacking a shortish ball.
Again, Upner disappointed with the fact that he missed that return. But Kiran again, good first serve. It's a good
That was a
rally.
very good shot with a lot of depth.
Yeah.
So Kiran is up 30 love.
Even though he was in trouble, he manages to get that ball right on the feet of Apna, so he can't really do anything, even though he did have an open court.
So you could see that anything that falls drops short from Kiran, Apna is very quick to pounce on it and make use of it. Whereas Kiran has not had too many opportunities to put pressure on Apna. So he has to create those opportunities himself and maybe even take a few risks.
Again, that power, the backhand, creating trouble for Apna. And it is a fairly comfortable hole this time around by Kiran. It's 40 love still. Still, you've got to win a point to win this game and go into the changeover. 4-3 lead. Trying to go for the extravagant there, but it's a 40 love lead. Fair decision. Oh, this Apna returning the fair with backhand
Very
down the
good
line.
point. I mean, there were two opportunities that I thought that Kiran had done enough to win the point. But the tenacity of Apna, he just held on there and ultimately ended up winning the point with easy volley to the open court.
Now that got the crowd going as well. I thought at that moment in time, Kiran might have won that point, but the second volley for Apna was fairly easy as well at a comfortable height. He just had to put it on the onto the open space. 40-15, still has chances to go into the changeover with the lead. Kiran serving second serve. Now very well constructed point. They're moving Kiran side by side and just creating that opening and making sure he gets the maximum advantage of the slightly short ball.
Once again, what I see is Apna is creating opportunities for himself while Kiran is not making the moves. Kiran may end up winning this game, but still I think it was very commendable the efforts that Apna did to get it up to 40-30, because Kiran should be taking the initiative when he's playing a person like Apna.
Very conservative, making sure the ball is in Apna. Oh, that's brilliant by Kiran. Brilliant point to finish it off. Again, Apna making sure Kiran works hard for it, but Kiran did work hard for it and had answers for it all day long. What a brilliant point.
Probably the best game of the set. I mean, a lot of excellent rallies in that
and what
game.
A passing shot, that forehand cross-court angle. But it seems like, despite that being a ridiculously amazing game, Apna is the one who's asking the questions.
Exactly.
Kiran keeps on answering those questions.
Right.
And if Kiran needs to get a grip of this game, he needs to keep on asking some questions.
Especially where I feel that Kiran has to start making moves is on Apna's service games.
Yes.
So that game, I mean, as good as it looked, it was a Kiran service game where he was up 40 love, and then he had to fight really hard and play those excellent rallies in order to win his own service game, which he was comfortably leading at 40 love.
Even the last point.
Even the last point, exactly. So the
he
next
had to
game,
pull off a miracle to win that point.
right? that is just to hold his serve. So the next game, let's see how much pressure he's able to put on Apna, because that is where the real test is, So I don't think he went up to deuce in any of the service games in the second set. When a player is playing, when a player is leading and when he's not put under pressure, it's all very comfortable. So you need to put pressure to see how you can get unforced errors from them, mistakes,
Speaking of pressure, the scoreboard pressure is still on Apna.
Exactly, yeah.
Despite
because
Kiran,
he's serving second,
even though it does look like Kiran is struggling to win his games, but still, Kiran is leading 4-3, even though it's just both of them holding their serves. So let's see how Apna responds.
So this is a very important point. Let's see. Probably the next service game is more important, but even this one, he needs to start. It's too soft. First serve just to send the ball long.
I think
what you expect from Kiran.
The thing is, Apna is putting the first serve to get it in. Kiran's just hitting it with no purpose whatsoever.
I think he also realizes that he needs to start putting pressure, but he's not in that mode yet, So he was lucky with forehand error, so it's 15 all. Let's see how Kiran responds to this. He needs to kind of, I don't know. So basically, I think what he needs to do is, rather than do anything spectacular, just to focus on hitting long returns close to Apna, not away from Apna. Because the kind of tennis that Apna plays, when you hit the ball away from him, he uses the angle very well.
Get a very good point.
Good
backhand dominating the point there. And the jump backhand he does, meeting the ball early. He does it so good and puts it...
And opens the court up beautifully.
Just doesn't give Kiran any time, because Kiran probably must have hit a good loopy shot with height, but he meets it so early, so Kiran doesn't really have a chance to do anything about it. Again, Kiran tried to go with some power that time, but Apna...
So still, once again, the earlier return, the 2 shots before the last shot, he hit a very good deep return, and Apna's short ball, he was not able to make use of it. He just stayed back and...
I think he's stranded back a bit. He needs to be more active with it.
And I think it's the mindset. You have to tell yourself that you're going to make this purposeful effort of going forward.
But then again, Apna is a very good drop. He has a very good drop shot, but we haven't seen him use it either. So
Apna's got very good hands. He's got a good feel.
So it's very interesting to see what's going on in Kiran's head right now, because Apna seems to be very commanding and asking all the right questions right there. Just it. Kiran trying to rely on his power.
So Kiran making... there were 3 errors in that game. That's giving a point too easily to a person who's up 1 set to love.
And playing as confidently as he is Apna.
So especially Kiran has to make use of the fact that he's serving first and he's putting scoreboard pressure on Apna. So you should make use of that by not giving away points. It's easier said than done, but still the thing is, unless you take your chances, you're not going to create the breaks for yourself.
And this is an important game as well. A win in this game for Apna, he just has to hold serve, and he's done that very comfortably so far. Just making sure those cross courts are in. Very simple tennis. Asking all the right questions from Kiran, and
Kiran can ill afford to make errors like that.
Again, that seems to be like a sort of a soft shot by Apna. Short. Kiran should have taken a few more steps forward.
I think Apne is also safe in his thinking, knowing that Kiran is not making taking chances. So he's it's not a big risk for him to hit slightly short.
Yes. Again on 4 setters there.
Very weak points so far. It's love 30 without too much pressure from Apne. He has been making regulation returns and not doing too much really.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant. Again, meeting the ball early and just caressing the ball instead of.
It is pretty obvious that when it was love 30, he was going to put pressure on Kiran, and he did exactly that and created that ball. And the minute he gets a short ball, he really, that was stroked beautifully.
He was about to turn around, but then he realized, okay, the backhand is a much better option, and that definitely was.
It's love 43 break points. I would say virtual set points.
True.
Out, and that's
cannot follow up on that massive backhand.
Soft errors has given up another break.
And now
he'll be serving for the set at 5-4.
And that's the pressure he builds with his service games. He doesn't really have to do anything. But I feel like Kiran is doing more to building that pressure than Apne. Apne certainly is contributing, but Kiran himself is contributing as well.
I think on the whole, Kiran has been able to match Apne as far as stroke play is concerned, but as far as crafting a match and constructing points, Apne has been far superior. I think Kiran does need to go back to the drawing board and maybe speak to himself and see what he needs to do in order to win points. You have to make quick assessment of your opponent. You have to realize what the opponent is doing to win points, and then you have to react accordingly. In this instance, what I think is like what Vibhudu was telling from the beginning, how easily Apne was winning his service games. So he was given the luxury of not having to worry too much about his service games. So you need to put pressure. You need to get the person who's serving thinking. You should not be in a comfort zone. It was such that when Kiran was serving, the pressure that Apne ended up putting was not by hitting great shots all the time. He knew that the minute the opportunity comes, if he takes it, that's enough. Like the minute he got a short ball, he pounced on it. Whereas Kiran was not having that mindset. He was in a returning mode. He wasn't doing any kind of creating, so he needs to do that. Especially when you're a set down. But here at least it's a 5-set match, so you can say that you have another chance even if the second set is gone.
Yeah, Kiran can't lose hope here because it is a 5-set match.
It's a 5-set match, so there's more opportunities.
There's more to play for.
But still, you need to take the initiative. Otherwise, a person like Apne is not going to give you the match.
Yeah, but moving into this service game, Apne might have wished that it was a 3-setter like it was in the semi-finals. Again, meeting the ball early, but just trying too much. Apne again could have easily hit a drive volley, but made sure that he went back, let the ball drop, and just put it back in.
Right. I thought he should have kind of hit a drive volley maybe, but still I think
he's
didn't make a
managing
mess
his
of it.
game.
Yeah.
No, not trying to force anything.
And
out
also
of
I
him.
think he's taking into consideration the kind of pressure that Kiran puts on him. So he knows that he's not going to jump on him.
Again, a very good deep shot by Apne. Kiran was not expecting that. He was stuck for room. Didn't really make any foot movement. He was just trying to swing it with his wrists. But
Flicked a half volley from the baseline, which didn't work.
Ooh, that's a good fast return.
So that's the high risk option that Kiran can
Yes.
take, that is to blast returns back at Apna. So that's fraught with danger as well.
Yeah.
But I think at least what he should be doing is, even if it is a loopy return, you have to hit deep so that you can get short returns from Apna. It worked.
Yes.
It worked in the early part of the set, but didn't continue with it. And every game when you're giving 2 free points, Apna would say thank you very much and take it.
And 2 errors by
Rushed a little bit. Artistic error from Apna that time.
Hitting the bottom of the net, not something you see usually. I don't think we've seen that in the match so far.
So it's 30 5-4. Apna 2 points away from the match set. Serves long.
I believe Apna will. Okay, lucky there by Apna.
But
Try
I
to
think
do
he created his own luck because he
Yes.
came up, he took the
Yeah.
initiative there again. So
Could have easily put it away, but tried to do the extra wicket,
know.
of course. But I can't blame him.
Yeah.
Can't blame him.
So ultimately that got him to set point
Mhm.
for him to go 2 sets to love up.
And that's a very comfortable lead to have in a 5-setter. Very rarely you see someone come back from 2 sets down, but we've seen it happen in the Australian Open this
Right,
time around.
many times in the Australian Open this time, yeah.
They're dominating the play and a
Very well
loud,
played
loud,
point.
loud draw. Ends the second set. Apna Pereira wins the second set by 6 games to 4. And here's a lead now of 2 sets to love. He's in prime position to win this match, whilst Kiran has a long, long way to go if he is to win this championship. Apna Pereira wins the second set and he now leads by 2 sets to love.
No, seriously, I mean, he needs to make something happen. Just holding serve, but that was at the crucial time. You lose serve because Apna puts pressure at the right time. He's just kind of waiting for things to happen again.
He seems to be a bit lost, I think. Which has happened to me quite often.
Tactically,
සරුවී සතුට ඉතිරිවි කාටත් ගැලපෙන ඉදිරියක්.
Enjoy the highest rewards and live life to your heart's content with savings that bring joy to life. HNB.
අපේ රසක් මේ අපේ තැනක් හැම හදවතකම රැඳෙන නමක් වසර 120ක් පුරා ශ්‍රී ලාංකේය රස හඳුනන අපිට ලංවුණු අපේ කමේ සංකේතය PNS.
සිංගිතිසිනා ටීනේජ් කතා යුත් මවන සිහිනදිනා HMB සමගින් ගෙනෙනා අපි කාටත් ගැලපෙන ඉතිරියක්. හෙට දින සරුවී සතුට ඉතිරිවි කාටත් ගැලපෙන ඉදිරියක්.
Enjoy the highest rewards and live life to your heart's content with savings that bring joy to life. HNB.
First Capital clinches back-to-back wins as the most valuable consumer brand in the investment banking sector, as awarded by Brand Finance and recognized amongst the top 100 brands in Sri Lanka. We thank our valuable customers and stakeholders for being a part of our success. First Capital, performance first, always.
රසට රසක් හමුවෙන තැනක් හදට දැනෙන රස මවන තැනක් අපේ රසක් මේ අපේ තැනක් හැම හදවතකම රැඳෙන නමක් වසර 120ක් පුරා ශ්‍රී ලාංකේය රස හඳුනන අපිට ලංවුණු අපේ කමේ සංකේතය PNS.
සිංගිතිසිනා ටීනේජ් කතා යුත් මවන සිහිනදිනා HMB සමගින් ගෙනෙනා අපි කාටත් ගැලපෙන ඉතිරියක්. හෙට දින සරුවී සතුට ඉතිරිවි කාටත් ගැලපෙන ඉදිරියක්.
Enjoy the highest rewards and live life to your heart's content with savings that bring joy to life. HNB.
අපේ රසක් මේ අපේ තැනක් හැම හදවතකම රැඳෙන නමක් වසර 120ක් පුරා ශ්‍රී ලාංකේය රස හඳුනන අපිට ලංවුණු අපේ කමේ සංකේතය PNS.
First Capital clinches back-to-back wins as the most valuable consumer brand in the investment banking sector, as awarded by Brand Finance and recognized amongst the top 100 brands in Sri Lanka. We thank our valuable customers and stakeholders for being a part of our success. First Capital, performance first, always.
8 contenders, 1 champion. Nippon Paint Rugby League. 1st December onwards. Live on the Papare TV, Dialog TV Channel 126, Dialog ViU app and ThePapare.com, Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel.
අපේ රසක් මේ අපේ තැනක් හැම හදවතකම රැඳෙන නමක් වසර 120ක් පුරා ශ්‍රී ලාංකේය රස හඳුනන අපිට ලංවුණු අපේ කමේ සංකේතය PNS.
ශ්‍රී ලාංකීය ක්‍රීඩා විකාශනයේ මෙතෙක් අත් නොවිති නව්‍යතම අත්දැකීම් සමගින් ක්‍රීඩා ටෙලිවිෂනයේ සම්ප්‍රාප්තිය The Papare TV ඩාලොග් ටෙලිවිෂන් නාලිකාංක 126 ඔස්සේ ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ අංක 1 ක්‍රීඩා නාලිකාව.
රසට රසක් හමුවෙන තැනක් හදට දැනෙන රස මවන තැනක් අපේ රසක් මේ අපේ තැනක් හැම හදවතකම රැඳෙන නමක් වසර 120ක්
will go off the rankings at the end of this match, and we'll have either Apna having his third major championship or Kiran his first. So Apna it is serving to consolidate his break in the third set.
Again, a good start, and Kiran seems to be playing cricket there. Nice cover drive, nice straight drive. That's a good return by Kiran. Good response.
That's the mantra that he has to be chanting. Not very easy, but the thing is, like, when you're in a situation like this, you got to take chances. Otherwise, nothing's going to come out of this. He needs to take chances, keep hitting deep, and hope that Apna will drop his returns and then make use of that. No easy way. It's looking all too easy for Apna at the moment, because he's absorbing everything that Kiran is throwing at him, and he's not able to make Apna go into errors, and it's not hurting Apna's game at all.
So far, it's been one-way traffic actually. Apna being very, very solid in his game and very tactful as well.
Right.
While Kiran seems to be lost in thought at sometimes, but more importantly, just cannot seem to find answers to whatever questions that Apna has posed so far.
I think those two sentences that you said just now sums up the state of play right now. You know, I mean, he's very solid and he's asking the right questions and seems to be in control. So the onus is on Kiran to do something different. Otherwise, it's just going to go to its inevitable conclusion. As we said that, I think it's the commentator's curse. It's break point against Apna now.
Kiran, it's a good time for Kiran to come back into this set, which is still early. It's just one game played. This is just the second game, but he's already lost his serve. Kiran now Apna is about to lose his serve, or he's about to make it deuce. Uncharacteristic by Apna.
So
but that gives Kiran the much awaited opportunity.
So he broke Apna to get back on level pegging. It's 1-1 in the third set.
Kiran had to wait till the third set to break Apna actually. He's been holding his serve good. But I feel like Apna himself was culpable of giving away that game.
He took the foot off the pedal and played a very loose game there.
But it's good signs for Kiran. Now it's time for him to get back into this set first, step by step, before thinking about the rest of the match.
Right.
Another soft start to the game. Should be following up the previous game with some more intent and with some more hunger. Again, a very good slice low, and just forces Kiran to move forward and meet it low, and Kiran just couldn't get it in.
So Kiran's serve under pressure once again. Love
Not the follow-up he would have hoped to the previous game, but still, it's about 1 or 2 serves. Get those first serves in. And just like that,
the kind of,
just
that's the kind of tennis he should be playing. I mean, any short ball, he should be stepping in and putting pressure on Apner rather than going through the motions of.
30 15.
Yeah. So 2 more break points on his second service game, which to me is poor from Kiran. I mean, he should be making use of the opportunity of having broken Apner for the first time in the match to have played a more solid service game, because it's vitally important for him to remain relevant in this match.
In no
to be
time
at
he's
least on
facing-
serve.
In no time, he's facing 2 break points.
Right.
Again, surprising from Kiran that he resorted to play 2 slice backhands there. But still, he won the point. It's what matters is you have to win points at the end of the day. And that's a good point won. Now he just has to carry it onto this next point and
So
put
I
more
feel a
pressure.
little drop of intensity in Apner's game, and this is the time that Kiran should try and capitalize on it.
I think more than intensity, I think the mental stability, in the sense that the focus has been lost a
Right,
bit. He
right.
might be trying to more relaxed, I think.
Definitely. So with that double fault, we see the 3rd consecutive break of serve in the 3rd set, handing Apner the lead at 2-1. So he's ahead with a break.
Despite not playing to his best compared
Right,
to his first few
right.
sets.
So this is where I think that Kiran is missing a trick, because these are signs that you should be able to identify in your opponent. I mean, when you see him lacking in intensity or lacking in intent or relaxing a little bit, you have to put it on him. Because it's not easy to get out of go back into the rhythm that you were.
Obviously, it's not easy to come back from 2 sets down in the first place. The mental
True,
strain
but
it
the thing
takes.
is, what I'm saying is that he has no choice. I mean,
Yes.
he's down 2 sets to love, so he needs to take chances. If it doesn't work, it's nothing new because he's lost 2 sets. So he needs to take chances and he needs to make it count. I don't think it's in Kiran's grain to play serve and volley tennis, but that's not what is expected of him. He needs to put more pressure on Apner by taking time away from him or hitting close to his body and then going for angles, because Kiran has the game. Kiran has the shots to hurt or even beat Apner. But the thing is, we don't use it at the right time, and if you're not going to disrupt the rhythm that Apner is in, Apner is just going to cruise through.
So it's Apner who's serving with a 2-1 lead, having broken Kiran twice, but his serve also was broken by Kiran, so it's just a 1 break lead.
Right.
So if he does manage to win this game, it's a 3-1 lead. So that's a good lead to have, especially with 2 sets to love. When you're 2 sets to love up.
That's very good shot from Kiran. I mean, that's the kind of intensity I'm talking about, but it should be backed up with more of the same.
It's as if he cannot keep the intensity for a game.
Right.
Forget about the match.
So
he
Kiran
has to
has
follow
be
it
on
up
his
with the next
toes,
point.
and he should not be. The body language has to be.
Yeah, that's a very good
Good
point.
rally. So love 30 now.
You see, both players, it's quite open the second set. We can't say that Kiran's the only one who's not playing as he should, but Apna is also
he's also
relaxed.
off the boil for sure.
So it's about whoever gets into that rhythm first, gets a hold of this situation and understands that the other is not playing as good as they hoped. Yeah, very good play.
Closing in on the net and cutting the angle.
And the thing about Apna is, especially when he's in these pressure situations, he's playing very conservative in the sense that he doesn't lose points, but he manages to put the ball in, always making the other do something about it.
And Apna also has very good hands. I mean, he has got good ball control, and he will not find it difficult to be in situations where he's out of the baseline.
As you see, just a second serve as a first serve, just putting the ball in.
Very good shot.
Forcing Kiran to make those shots, and Kiran is up for the task. Beautiful down the line backhand. And it's just the pace, the sheer pace he can create with this backhand. Not many in Sri Lanka can do that.
So it's 2 more break points for the 4th consecutive break of the 3rd set.
And fifth consecutive overall.
Yes.
Not really.
No, he held serve.
I held serve, yes.
30-40. So Apna has everything in his hand, and he needs to put in good first serves, which he does. But another forehand error hands the point back to Kiran. So it's 2 games on. So we have the very awkward 3rd set with 4 service breaks. Probably is an indication of weariness, physical and mental. So, but the person who gets out of it quickly will have the momentum and will have the 3rd set, I believe. That's another soft option by Kiran. I wouldn't say it's a bad option. I think it was the right shot to be played at that time, but not well executed. It wasn't too easy either, but still gives the initiative back to Apna, and the trend of losing serve continues. It's love 15. Oh, beautiful backhand.
Beautiful, that's beautiful. It's been called out, it seems. Apna is questioning the umpire's call, but he seems to be... It's 15 all.
Yeah, it's called out. Once again, he forces the error from Apna. So it's 30-15 to Kiran.
But we see even in the pro circuit, when you're playing 5 sets, those who are up by 2 sets to love, there's a tendency to lose that 3rd set sometimes and win the 4th set. But it seems Apna has relaxed quite a bit, and we can see it
Exactly.
as well.
So sometimes it's not easy for you to turn the heat on again whenever you
Yes.
want to, because the other person with the momentum
Mhm.
can run away with the match given the chance.
But again, it's also hard to maintain the same intensity for 3 consecutive sets. So it's a mental battle as well.
So,
as
but
much
here,
as it is a
here
physical
the
battle.
difference was the fact that after winning the first 2 sets, Apna had a golden opportunity by having a break. Twice he was up a break, and he was
Yes.
not able to consolidate that.
Now even now it's 30,
30 all.
He's the number 1 ranked player in the country right now.
Right.
So it's a big responsibility on him to carry Sri Lanka tennis as well.
Right.
He'll have a lot of challenges on the way, Kiran being one of the biggest, and anything can happen. The coin can flip any time.
Another mishit backhand, which is further proof of the
And gives
fatigue, physical and mental, that both players are probably under.
and it gives Kiran the first opportunity of this set to hold
Hold
serve,
serve,
actually,
true.
which is surprising.
Strange, very strange thing for us to be saying, but the first opportunity for either one of them to hold serve.
And it's a 5th game of the set.
Right.
Again, a good return. After keeping it in, making Kiran win that point, and Kiran trying to force it, which is a good shot, but just the fact that he went for the lines a bit too much. Apna, when he's down, he'll just put the ball in, make sure that the opponent does something rather than him doing anything. And he's very good at it. He's very consistent
Yeah,
at
he's
doing
able
it.
to come under the ball, taking the pace off it, making the opponent do all the hitting.
And it's
Once
not
again,
just pressure.
I
He's
think
very smart about it.
continuously now he's been having mishits of serves that Kiran has put with less pace.
And being animated as well, which we didn't see him much.
Right.
The hand just, and eventually Kiran finally finds his way through. A good first serve down the tee.
Hold serve for 3-2 lead.
I think the frustration is creeping in as well to Apna more than the pressure, because you see the hand movements, the gestures that you didn't have in the first set.
So actually it's not a situation that should be bothering him. It should be a thing that should be causing alarm bells to Kiran if the scoreline was like this. But strangely, Apna seems to be affected by the situation more. I wonder whether it's any kind of physical discomfort that he's having.
But if it's mental, it's just a clear indication how pressure can creep into you in so many different ways.
Yeah, but still, at the moment they're still on serve in the 3rd set. So in actual fact, there shouldn't be any undue pressure that is created on him. But there it is.
But this is important. Now Kiran broke the trend of losing service games. Now can Apna do the same, hold on to his serve, or will he continue and actually lose his 3rd service game in a row without even losing a single service game in the first 2 sets?
Right. Is it? Okay, it's Apna serving with conditions a little bit overcast now.
Yes.
The sun has gone behind a cloud, and it's much cooler now, so the players would be welcoming that. And so Apna is up to 15 love lead.
But if anyone were to welcome the rain, who would it be? Would it be Apna or would it be Kiran?
Definitely it would be Kiran, because
Yes. He'll start fresh the next time.
yes.
If it's
but then again, having said that, I mean,
right now
Kiran
with
is
the
having a
momentum.
little bit of momentum, so I think it will be in Kiran's interest to continue with this as well.
So basically, it's very bad for both of them.
Exactly.
As of right now, considering the circumstances. Yeah, two good.
Weak return on second serve, so that's 30 love to Apna.
Yeah, not following it up. That's been the concern for Kiran.
Also, Apna is serving with new balls at the end of 22 games.
Using
a good
the pace
first serve, using the new balls to his advantage, and that's 40 love.
In the fastest serve we've seen from Apna so far. This is actually the second time in this match he's being serving with new balls. Again, using
smartly
the pace
played game.
very well.
So it's back on serve again. It's 3-all, and Kiran having to do it all over again. Still feel as though Kiran is going on the basis of I'll do what I'm good at doing, which is kind of going back to my strength, that is returning and hoping that Apna would be off the boil. Apna was off the boil a couple of service games, but I don't know how long that's going to last.
I think Kiran's trying to rely on Apna's lack of intensity, which is not something that's sustainable, because there will come a time when Apna will come back to his groove, which is not easy to turn on the switch actually. But again, a very good first serve to start of the game. Now let's see how he follows it up, Kiran.
Once again,
impatience.
Not the smartest option there.
Was in a good rally.
Nobody was dominating the rally,
Exactly.
and there was no real reason for him to have gone for that option at that point.
Both of them were in just a neutral position.
Exactly.
No one was dominating it. No one was in the offense or defense. So
and nobody was too far behind the baseline for a drop shot to be the right choice.
pulled
at
the
that
trigger
time.
far too early there. Apna just keeping up the pressure, piling it on Kiran, just trying to make him do stuff. And Kiran again failing to answer those questions. Again,
somehow watching the two of them,
well.
somehow watching the two of them play, you don't feel as though Apna is having to take too many chances. He seems more comfortable staying in the rallies, the exchanges they're having.
And honestly, I don't think Kiran has done good enough job to tire him.
Exactly.
Either. Even if he goes to 5 sets, I feel like still Kiran will be more physically strained than Apna.
Yeah, it looks like Apna is in control of every situation. Beautifully opened up the court there. Hitting two short angle forehands and then hitting the open court to perfection. No problem. So it's 15-40, 2 break points to Apna. Vinishka.
So we have 2 break points to Apna. Will Apna be able to defend it and take the game 4-3? Or will Kiran not let Apna take the game? Let's see.
That's error from Kiran handing a break to Apna, so he goes up 4-3. Once again, it was Apna who didn't have to do too much. He wasn't taking too many risks. He was hitting his returns without too much of pressure from Kiran, and that's all he had to do. I mean, he didn't have to create anything extraordinary.
Yeah.
He's now up 4-3.
Up 4-3, and now the pressure is eased up on Apna as he's leading the set by 4-3, and now he's on serve. So there's quite a bit of pressure on Kiran's side. So it's important that Kiran tries to defend it and make sure that he stays on track in this set, or else what will happen is Apna will take the upper hand and he will continue progressing towards the set. So Kiran seems to kind of have his game a little bit with a lot of ups and downs, but Apna seems to capitalize on Kiran's mistakes, and thus far he's been quite successful in that. So let's see on how the two of them battle it out in the upcoming games. So we have Apna on court now, serving on his game.
Wayward return from Kiran. It was a mishit. So basically what Apna is doing now is working on the pressure that Kiran has created on himself. Just getting the balls in, doing like a 3/4 pace serve.
Yeah.
And trying to play the tennis that he's most comfortable playing.
Out.
Another error from Kiran. He hits a backhand long, so that's 30 love to Apna.
See, it's like Kiran seems to be having quite a lot of unforced errors, which gives Apna the opportunity to capitalize on them. And
so every game he's been giving at least one or two unforced errors, through which Apna has had to rely very little on doing something special. So considering the situation, the scoreboard pressure and all that, I think Kiran needs to take chances. So it's okay for him to make errors, but I don't see him taking the right options or taking the right chances. It's all too comfortable for outside again. Not called. So it's love 40. 40 love.
Another unforced error by Kiran, backhand down the line. Quite a close call, but was called out by the umpire.
Out. (40, 15).
40 to 80. Apna 1 point away from taking the game.
Out.
Another poor error. I mean, he created the opportunity for himself but was not able to execute it. So it's game to Apna, who has a decisive 5-3 lead and Kiran is now serving to stay in the match.
If Apna is able to break this game, then Apna wins the championship. So let's see if Kiran will give the chances to Apna by doing unforced errors, or will Apna be able to defend it, or in fact will Apna make the unforced errors, giving away the game to Kiran.
Very good serve
nice
from
serve.
Kiran.
Yes.
15 love. So throughout this match, I think Kiran had been putting a lot of pressure and making a really good match of it, but I don't think he was able to turn on the pressure at the right times in order to make life difficult for Apna.
Love.
Two unforced errors by Apna, giving the lead to Kiran in this game, 30 love. Yep, there's some good attacking shots by Apna.
So 30-15.
Taking it 30-15. Wonderful serve by Kiran. Little miss hit by Apna,
14-15.
giving Kiran the chance to hold the serve in this game, making it 40-15.
Net success. Call.
Can see some attacking shots, and Apna makes the unforced error, giving the game to Kiran.
Game wide one other.
So it's 5-4 to
Apna
Apna, and
leads.
after the changeover, Apna will be getting back on court to serve for the championship. Kiran has been playing consistently and making a good match of it, but I don't think he had that extra bit to put Apna under any kind of pressure where Apna felt as though he had to fight back, or he didn't have to. Actually speaking, the whole match Apna didn't have to get out of his comfort zone. He was able to take risks whenever he felt he needed to, but other than that he was just going on top gear, cruising, I would say. So the onus was on Kiran at all times to do what has to be done in order to put pressure on Apna, which wasn't forthcoming.
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, like Apna was capitalizing on Kiran's mistakes, which got Apna the first two sets. And although there were some intense shots between the two, I guess Apna was able to defend and make Kiran do the mistakes for him, and that led Apna coming all this way. So
I think it was like very smart play on the part of Apna, because
definitely.
he was able to just serve very conservatively, and he would open up the court with his angled forehands, and he was never afraid to come to net when the need arose. Not that he was making it part of his game plan, but when the need arose, he did come up. Whereas Kiran was fairly predictable the entire match. Even that is fine if he was able to put pressure constantly on Apna through his solid baseline game. But that wasn't forthcoming because, like we said earlier, every game there were at least one or two unforced errors that Apna could benefit from. So now Apna is serving
for the championship. First service fault. Right. Kiran making a small unforced error, hitting it straight to the net, giving Apna and making him closer to the winning post, making Apna 15 love. See some cross-court shots between the two, and Apna making an unforced error, making it 15 all. A wonderful net shot.
Point, closing in and finishing it off when the opportunity arose. Been a hallmark of Apna's game today. Not afraid to come up
chances
and
at the net.
Not letting go of any chance that comes his way. So 30-15, he's 2 points away from the match.
So we can see Apna slowly closing on that winning post with only 2 points away from the championship. All right.
So once again,
so
with that cross-court shot, he forced error
from Kiran.
So it's 40-15. 2 match points to Apna.
I think Kiran wanted to double check the ball mark over there, but the umpire signaled it inside. So it's 40-15 with 2 championship points to Apna.
So that's the match to Apna in straight sets. 6-3, 6-4, 6-4. Quite a predictable match, and Apna didn't waver in his intensity and played very consistent tennis. And Kiran played his part in making it a very interesting match. But unfortunately, he wasn't able to put enough pressure on Apna for him to play the kind of tennis that would have helped Kiran to get through, because Kiran actually wasn't creating too many things for himself. He wanted Apna to make errors, and he wanted Apna to get out of the rhythm that he was in. But there was a brief period in the third set when both of them lost their services twice each. But other than that, I think Apna was always ahead
Apna
of
held on to his service games.
Apna was
his match.
ahead of Kiran right throughout the match from the beginning. So good lesson for Kiran, that when you're playing a championship match in a big tournament, you need to come up with something that you're not normally used to doing. So what you're normally used to doing is good enough for you to achieve what you normally would achieve. But for you to achieve something out of the ordinary, you've got to play something different. So Apna has become that kind of player now. This is his third A-grade tournament that he has won within the last 12 months. So he is the player to beat in the local circuit these days.
It's quite a remarkable achievement by Apna Pereira, clinching his third A-grade title. So stay tuned. We will be shortly getting ready to come up with the presentation ceremony. So till then, stay tuned and let's see what the presentation ceremony holds for us.
Singitisina, teenage kata, youth mavana, sihina dina, HMB samagin kenena, apikatat galapena itiriyak, etadina sarui satute itirivi, katat galapena itiriyak.
Enjoy the highest rewards and live life to your heart's content with savings that bring joy to life. HNB.
අපේ රසක් මේ අපේ තැනක් හැම හදවතකම රැඳෙන නමක් වසර 120ක් පුරා ශ්‍රී ලාංකේය රස හඳුනන අපිට ලංවුණු අපේ කමේ සංකේතය PNS
Singitisina, teenage kata, youth mavana, sihina dina, HMB samagin kenena, apikatat galapena itiriyak, etadina sarui satute itirivi, katat galapena itiriyak.
Enjoy the highest rewards and live life to your heart's content with savings that bring joy to life. HNB.
First Capital clinches back-to-back wins as the most valuable consumer brand in the investment banking sector, as awarded by Brand Finance and recognized amongst the top 100 brands in Sri Lanka. We thank our valuable customers and stakeholders for being a part of our success. First Capital, performance first, always.
රසට රසක් හමුවෙන තැනක් හදට දැනෙන රස මවන තැනක් අපේ රසක් මේ අපේ තැනක් හැම හදවතකම රැඳෙන නමක් වසර 120ක් පුරා ශ්‍රී ලාංකේය රස හඳුනන අපිට ලංවුණු අපේ කමේ සංකේතය PNS
Singitisina, teenage kata, youth mavana, sihina dina, HMB samagin kenena, apikatat galapena itiriyak, etadina sarui satute itirivi, katat galapena itiriyak.
Enjoy the highest rewards and live life to your heart's content with savings that bring joy to life. HNB.
අපේ රසක් මේ අපේ තැනක් හැම හදවතකම රැඳෙන නමක් වසර 120ක් පුරා ශ්‍රී ලාංකේය රස හඳුනන අපිට ලංවුණු අපේ කමේ සංකේතය PNS
First Capital clinches back-to-back wins as the most valuable consumer brand in the investment banking sector, as awarded by Brand Finance and recognized amongst the top 100 brands in Sri Lanka. We thank our valuable customers and stakeholders for being a part of our success. First Capital, performance first, always.
8 contenders, 1 champion. Nippon Paint Rugby League. 1st December onwards. Live on the Papare TV, Dialog TV Channel 126, Dialog ViU app and ThePapare.com, Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel.
අපේ රසක් මේ අපේ තැනක් හැම හදවතකම රැඳෙන නමක් වසර 120ක් පුරා ශ්‍රී ලාංකේය රස හඳුනන අපිට ලංවුණු අපේ කමේ සංකේතය PNS
ශ්‍රී ලාංකීය ක්‍රීඩා විකාශනයේ මෙතෙක් අත් නොවිති නව්‍යතම අත්දැකීම් සමගින් ක්‍රීඩා ටෙලිවිෂනයේ සම්ප්‍රාප්තිය ThePapare TV Dialog Television නාලිකාංක 126 ඔස්සේ ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ අංක 1 ක්‍රීඩා නාලිකාව
රසට රසක් හමු වෙන තැනක් හදට දැනෙන රස මවන තැනක් අපේ රසක් මේ අපේ තැනක් හැම හදවතකම රැඳෙන නමක් වසර 120ක් පුරා ශ්‍රී ලාංකේය රස හඳුනන අපිට ලංවුණු අපේ කමේ සංකේතය PNS
The new year will be met with fanfare. No one's going to sleep. No stone will be left unturned. Presenting DP World ILT 20 Season 2. Starts January 19th, 8 p.m. Live on the Papare, Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel.
The history maker of sport. Innovative, incomparable, unleashing an experience. The Papare TV. Now exclusively on Dialog TV channel number 126, Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel.
රසට රසක් හමු වෙන තැනක් හදට දැනෙන රස මවන තැනක් අපේ රසක් මේ අපේ තැනක් හැම හදවතකම රැඳෙන නමක් වසර 120ක් පුරා ශ්‍රී ලාංකේය රස හඳුනන අපිට ලංවුණු අපේ කමේ සංකේතය PNS
The new year will be met with fanfare. No one's going to sleep. There'll be fireworks all around. And eat all kinds of food. Even ice trays will be in short supply. No stone will be left unturned. The first T20 challenge of the new year is here. Presenting DP World ILT 20 Season 2. Live on the Papare, Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel.
Smashed him for 6. Richardson knocks him over. Magnificent catch. Falk. He gets all of it.
KFC Big Bash League 2023.
First Capital clinches back-to-back wins as the most valuable consumer brand in the investment banking sector, as awarded by Brand Finance and recognized amongst the top 100 brands in Sri Lanka. We thank our valuable customers and stakeholders for being a part of our success. First Capital, performance first, always.
අපේ රසක් මේ අපේ තැනක් හැම හදවතකම රැඳෙන නමක් වසර 120ක් පුරා ශ්‍රී ලාංකේය රස හඳුනන අපිට ලංවුණු අපේ කමේ සංකේතය PNS
සිංගිති සිනා ටීනේජ් කතා යූත් මවන සිහින දිනා HMB සමගින් ගෙනෙනා අපි කාටත් ගැලපෙන ඉතිරියක් එත දින සරුවී සතුට ඉතිරිවි කාටත් ගැලපෙන ඉතිරියක්
Enjoy the highest rewards and live life to your heart's content with savings that bring joy to life. HNB.
Catch the excitement real time. Be up to date with it all. Let us capture your milestones. Get it sizzling hot off the turf. Hear the experts break it down. Dig deep into the nitty-gritties. Be inspired by their greatness. Relive all the scintillating action.
Season 1 දැනුම Season 2 චරිතාවලිය Season 3 ක්‍රීඩා විප්ලව
First Capital clinches back-to-back wins as the most valuable consumer brand in the investment banking sector, as awarded by Brand Finance and recognized amongst the top 100 brands in Sri Lanka. We thank our valuable customers and stakeholders for being a part of our success. First Capital, performance first, always.
Smashed him for 6. Big bombs. Myers at a go. Richardson knocks him over. You win the big league. Celebration. He is fired up. Big leagues now. Magnificent catch. You win the big leagues now. Taken. Big leagues now. Heroic. He gets all of it.
The biggest bash of T20 cricket is here. KFC Big Bash League 2023.
First Capital clinches back-to-back wins as the most valuable consumer brand in the investment banking sector, as awarded by Brand Finance and recognized amongst the top 100 brands in Sri Lanka. We thank our valuable customers and stakeholders for being a part of our success. First Capital, performance first, always.
Singitisina, teenage kata, youth mavana, sihina dina, HMB samagin kenena, apikatat galapena itiriyak, etadina sarui satute itirivi, katat galapena itiriyak.
Enjoy the highest rewards and live life to your heart's content with savings that bring joy to life. HNB.
Club Rugby is back on the Papare. Eight contenders, one champion. Nippon Paint Rugby League, 1st December onwards. Live on the Papare TV, Dialog TV Channel 126, Dialog ViU app and ThePapare.com, Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel.
Singitisina, teenage kata, youth mavana, sihina dina, HMB samagin kenena, apikatat galapena itiriyak, etadina sarui satute itirivi, katat galapena itiriyak.
Enjoy the highest rewards and live life to your heart's content with savings that bring joy to life. HNB.
Presenting DP World ILT20 Season 2. Starts January 19th, 8 p.m. Live on the Papare, Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel.
First Capital clinches back-to-back wins as the most valuable consumer brand in the investment banking sector, as awarded by Brand Finance and recognized amongst the top 100 brands in Sri Lanka. We thank our valuable customers and stakeholders for being a part of our success. First Capital, performance first, always.
Alright, now these two are the ones who put on a show to please our eyes, but the following the following individuals' contributions cannot be forgotten. Firstly, I'd like to invite the ball kids of today's Men's Open Finals. Yona Dankumura, Setuli Mudugama, Nabiru Danuje, Sona Vijayatundu, Sabinu Singh, and Dihela Bandara. Ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause for their contribution to making this finals a success.
ඉක්මනට කිඹුන් යනවා. අපේ කාට කිඹුන් යනවා.
And now another special individual who's contributed to this finals. It is the chair umpire of today's finals, Mr. Chamod Rupasa.
අපේ මේ පාර පොයට දාන්නේ හයරින් එකක් කවුද මේ කුමාරගේ එක. ආනේ. ඔව් අනුරාධපුරේ එන්නේ මේ පාර පොය.
And now, of course, for the most awaited moment of this presentation ceremony, a few words from the two players who took part in this men's open finals of the Capital SSC Open Tennis Tournament 2024. First up is the runner-up. A huge round of applause for Kiran Vairavanathan. Kiran, hard luck firstly. It was a tough match. Best of 5 sets, not easy to play. But how do you feel about the match?
I came from the mud. There's dirt on my hands. Strong like a tree. There's roots where I stand. Oh, I've been running from the law. Hope they won't shoot me down soon. Catch me howling at the moon.